Hello, hi. Okay. Today wanted to share with you a bit about Palantir Technologies stock. Whenever we invest in companies, right? Of course, we can always go for Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, those, or Nvidia, those great companies, the big technology companies, so we call it, and of course, you may have that 20%, 30% upside. But just imagine you're investing in a company like a Microsoft way back in year 2000, like 23 years ago. And let's say if you put in 10,000 at that time for Microsoft, which I'm trying to say here is Palantir is actually something like Microsoft 10 or 20 years ago when Microsoft was just a medium-sized company. So now I'm trying to introduce you Palantir, which is also a very, I would say a mid-size cap company at about 35 billion market cap. Of course, you can see the share chart has already gone up um, quite a bit, from a low of like $7 and now it's at 16. So, I believe this business can actually 10x, and I think we all have known that there's this AI craze that's going on right now, and especially on Chat GPT and all that. Well, AI basically there are quite a couple of ways you can look at it. Like Chat GPT, you basically ask a question and then you get the full answer, and it can be investment, it can be a history like questions or whatever. But when there are also situations whereby we call it intuitive AI, whereby something like Facebook or Instagram, they basically have enough data about you and know what you like. So before you even ask or do the research, they would have done the research for you and feed to you those information that you want to see, like for example, a celebrity or a product that you particularly want. So this is intuitive AI companies are definitely a better breed of companies to invest in. If you say ChatGPT is revolutionary, then I would say intuitive AI like Meta or Palantir, where they are even better. So how this Palantir works is basically, it's important that we understand the business. And I just want to show you a couple of news, that how, especially this particular video, which I've done research on, the app that caught Bin Laden, right? Um, so just a quick one. So basically, what it does actually is like what Professor Karp, the CEO says, find a needle in the haystack. So let's say, for example, there's a war in Ukraine versus Russia, and then you got the whole map of Ukraine, which is like maybe really, really big. And then they have this intuitive AI who are able to identify, um, let's say, tanks, a group of tanks together. And you probably need about 1,000 humans to magnify every satellite maps, to look into each of the maps after magnification, and to be able to find out, oh, it's a group here and it's group there, and it's at this location for precision targeting of, let's say, Ukraine's defense. So, and that would take a lot of time. By the time these are all moving items, moving parts, and by the time basically these 1,000 humans are able to detect, oh, it's located at this area, let's aim our missile at this area, they could have moved, because after we analyze those data at that particular time, things change. But intuitive AI like Palantir, for example, how they actually help Ukraine is they can do it in real time, or maybe within a few minutes, on a huge country like, let's say, Ukraine, where they are able to find, okay, AI can detect a group of soldiers together, or groups of plane moving around, and be able to update those data to the military, so that the defense can actually target those ammunition factories, or airplanes, or a group of tanks together, to make them weaker. So yeah, another part of it I'd like to share with you is here. Okay, so you can see that actually, with various land cameras, maps, informants, different data all pulled together. And of course, you need human input, which is a hybrid between humans and computers. Then you can actually be able to identify, let's say, facial recognition of bin Laden. And that's why, with over loads of time, and loads of time spent on observation and spying and all that, they're able to track the ins and outs and movement of the particular person in the midst of, let's say, so many billions of humans, right? So yeah, just wanted to show you another important clips on how Palantir came about. This is Peter Thiel, the founder. That's the founder of PayPal. So you can see, yeah, it says that terrorism is asymmetric to credit cards fraud that they were trying to detect. As you can see, in a big mass of transaction, you're able to find out a few irregularities, and actually be able to see that these are where the fraudulent transaction happens, and flag them. And this is how Palantir started, from Peter Thiel trying to tackle credit card frauds, and find that with human, even with 1,000 staff, it's so difficult to find fraud, to detect fraudulent transactions. So another one is, okay, this Sham Sankar just sold some shares recently. in early June. So, but he still owns like um, 1,300,000 shares or something like that. So we're still not sure why he sold the shares at $15. Yeah, but this is basically the kind of like mission of Palantir. Other things I'd like to share with you, I think this reaction video would be why is it so important to ground soldiers, especially knowing where the tanks are coming from, because radar sometimes may not be clear. Now there's all this stealth happening right now. So you can see that basically soon after that, high-ranking military also men also actually adopted and recommended Palantir because they are able to detect what item, like for example, how many tanks. Radar sometimes you will just see blinking dots, which is not as good as Palantir software if they are incorporated into soldiers. So if you look at the military and all that, Palantir helping US, Palantir helping Ukraine, and apparently now they are secretly also working with Finland, and all that. What other areas that they can work on, like commercial sector? And of course, they are doing working with Airbus now because with all this air traffic going on, and all the parts and to making sure that there's the safety of the planes. I'll leave it for another top video on this. So Palantir actually also went into healthcare, which they are working with the US health department, and now they are working to get the NHS in UK as well. So just to show you. So as you can see, like those military contracts and all this AI tender and all that. Google also actually is a competitor with Palantir to bid for all these um, AI tender that's being opened up and to all different tech companies to submit. But Palantir won the bid. We have to remember that. Not Google can't even bid those bid Palantir when to win the bids with the military and all that. So that speaks for how much Palantir is good at in terms of data analytic and intuitive AI. So I hope you like the video and thank you very much and see you soon.